Hello, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. We are back in New Jerusalem after we unfortunately, supposedly, lost Byron. We don't know if his loss is irreversible. He is just stuck in an overloaded data stream. Now let's so we're here in the Gehenna Interactive Experience Museum. We have 3 terminals with some text adventures. We had a blast playing Spectre of Modernity, sorry. And this time we are checking Ghosts of Atlantis. Gently, your ship touches down on the land that once was the Isle of Atlantis, which, in the days before the waters receded, lay deep under the Sea of Atlas. You have come to find the last legacy of your ancestors. The red sun bursts bright in the sky, scorching the dying earth. Begin your pilgrimage. Journey to the Broken Tower, to the Temple of the Owl, to the Lost Shore, to the Temple of Serpents, or the Ancient Farmlands. Let's start with the Broken Tower, because tower is a prominent construction, so it might give us an overview of the land, right? On the northern shores of the island, where the frozen ocean once stretched to the horizon, stand the remains of a tower. Here lived the great magician who advised the king of Atlantis in matters of the sublime. Approach it. There is very little left of the once impressive structure. To anyone else, it would be a pile of rubble covered in black, dried out moss. But you can see a glimpse of its past, of the craft that went into its making. By the tower stands the ghost of the magician awaiting you. Let's talk to it. A great marvel was revealed to me in this tower, the magician says. A glimpse of the sublime. And although I am dead and my soul has spent an eon under the sea, that vision is not lost to me. Even now I could summon it and reveal it fully. He pauses. If I do, I will finally witness the sublime in all its glory, he says. But I believe that in this moment, my soul will be annihilated. Is that the fate I should embrace? Is that the fate I should embrace or reject? Glimpse of the sublime. I can summon the vision, but then I mean, the way you worded it feels like the correct answer would be the sin. But surely that's just a game, right? So I am curious if I will also get a glimpse of his vision if he sees his vision, or maybe he will pass down the knowledge from seeing the vision if he does. Like, it feels horrible to say, to convince the guy that annihilation of the self is liberty. But then, the magician is the ghost as it is, right? Yeah. Maybe he will find peace if he does that. You speak wisely, the magician says. I have lingered here too long. He turned away from you toward the world beyond your sight. A bright light suffuses him, and you cannot tell whether the magician is laughing or screaming. Then he's gone. So, let's go to the Temple of the Owl. The sun grows bigger and brighter. Time is running short. Your next stop is the Temple of the Owl, the greatest scientific institution of old Atlantis. Here the ancients tried to understand the secret laws of the cosmos, although their studies did not advance far enough to prevent their fate. The ghost of the scientist awaits you in the ruins. I have not rested in death, the scientist tells you. In fact, death has provided ample opportunity for study. I have learned much about the machinery of creation. He hesitates. I would like to join you, but I fear that the truth I have discovered will offend and outrage many. Well, I mean, back in the day, when people suggested that maybe the Earth revolves around the Sun and not the other way around, people were kinda offended and outraged. I mean, yeah, he died quite a while ago, so maybe the time of such outrage has passed and we're in a brighter age. If that is true, then truly a new era has begun and I will join you without fear, the ghost says, and perhaps the truth I discovered will not be hurtful at all, but become a source of joy. Cool, I have a companion. Let's now go to the Temple of Serpents. You make your way to the Temple of Serpents, which once was the greatest hospital in all of Atlantis. The sick and the injured came here from all across the island, hoping that salvation could be found in its halls. All that is left of the temple is a labyrinth of low walls and the ghost of the physician waiting for you. It is faint, barely visible. Let's talk to the ghost. I worked here day and night for many years, and I saved countless lives, he says. And yet of all the lives that I saved, only one survived the death of the island. A young messenger who escaped on one of the ships thanks to another's sacrifice. And I have wondered many times since. Was my work in vain? The burden of this question is eroding my soul. I mean, death does come to all of us in the end. That doesn't mean that you should not live in, or that you should not put an effort to your life, or that you should not put living in your life, like meaning to your life. I mean, we will all die. I mean, we don't know when we will die. After all, the proverbial bus rides every day out there, right? You're crossing the street, then next thing you know, you're not crossing the street anymore. So yeah, it's grim, and it is, but you gotta take it day by day and try to make the most of it. That is not enough for me. The certainty of death does not raise the way of these tragedies, and I can no longer bear it. He vanishes into oblivion. Ancient farmlands. The soil used to be rich, life-giving. Generations of humans relied on it to survive. Then the waves came, and after the waves, the dying sun. Now that all life is gone, something has been revealed underneath the soil. A city of unimaginable antiquity. The ghost of the farmer waits in its ruins. This city is older than the capital, the ghost tells you. It is older than Atlantis itself. When our most distant ancestors huddled in terror before thunder and lightning, this city was already old. And yet this city is not foreign to us. We too are its citizens. He looks directly at you, and there is light in his eyes that is not of this world. Are you willing to swear fealty to this city across the boundaries of time and space? Yeah, sure. Good. But remember that even in the lofty world of the stars where you have come from, that loyalty will be tested. The strange light fades from the ghost's form. The farmer smiles. Why, of course, I'd love to join you. I've always loved adventures, you know? I never got to go very far from home. I'll only have the Lost Shore remaining. Your journey takes you to a wasteland that was once a beach where children from the Atlantean capital of Luna came to play. Here stands the ghost of the poet, contemplating the dying sun that fills the sky. I never completed my great work, he says. There were too many priests and censors who interfered, who did not allow me to create what I intended because they feared the free and true expression of poetic genius. And then came the earthquakes and the waves and long ages under the sea, and now this time of burning death. Yet still I long for its completion, and my soul imagines what could have been. I mean, you are a ghost, so screw the death, complete your work. All art is irrational, the poet says. Is it not the opposite of reason, but beyond reason? And so is defiance of death, even by the dead themselves. We are gone, we do not exist, and yet we refuse to surrender. Perhaps that is what is called faith. Join me. It will good to have you with us, the scientist tells the poet. You know much of the truth, I think, and you have remained too long in this place. The palace once stood in the very heart of Luna, the capital of Atlantis. Here the greatest artists and craftsmen of that long-forgotten era built marvels and luxuries that would astound even a traveler from the distant future. But these things, like everything else, are gone now. Only a single remnant of the Atlantean world remains, though it is perhaps the most precious. A great mosaic telling the history of Atlantis. Before it waits the ghost of the king. I tried to be a good man, the king says. To be kind, to balance justice with mercy, to honor the gods, to support the peasant and the scholar alike. And yet I failed. Why? All kings must fail. I'm choosing between you did not fail, we are here. But I mean, we're not his. Well, I mean, I swore my fealty to the ancient city, so maybe I am his servant now. Sure, I mean, it feels very weak, but... Oh, he is comforted by my words, okay. You speak kindly, he says. I know that I'm not without blame, but in the end I chose to save others before myself, so perhaps you are right, and I did not fail entirely. The king lays his ghostly crown aside. I will join you, but only as a man. The mosaic is a work of superb beauty, a great work of history and humanity. In it you see reflected all the hardship, tragedy, hope, triumph and heartbreak of your ancestors. This is what you came to find. You cannot retrieve the mosaic alone. The forces of time are too powerful, and the strength of the single person is not enough. Ask the ghosts for help. Even with the help of the ghosts, you cannot entirely pry the mosaic loose from the morass of history, but you succeed at removing a large part depicting the golden age of the island. It will have to do. A strange bittersweet feeling fills your heart as you return to your ship. You didn't fail, yet so much was lost. Could you have done better? Should you have? As the sun engulfs the earth, you wonder what will be remembered of your own time. Now let's try to collect all the ghosts. not sure if there is any difference, but I will try to repeat my pilgrimage. This was Ghost of Magician, and I told him that, like, yeah, dude, it's alright. But let's now do the opposite. But rejecting the quest for the Sublime is also seen, the Magician says, hesitant. Our grasping for the Sublime is what makes us more than animals. Make your own Sublime instead. No, that's very smart, guys. The Magician laughs out loud, startled by your suggestion. Make my own! How unambitious, he chortles. And yet, what an idea! What a fascinatingly mad idea! So mad that perhaps it's worth trying. I will join you gladly. Okay. The scientist. Time of such outrage has passed. Yeah, I will join you. Okay. Serpent. We have Physician Ghost. Let's go with because that messenger is my ancestor. Then my work lives on, he says. The man I saved became a father, and through him millions of lives were created, and some part of Atlantis lives on today. Join me. Alright. I think I went to farmlands then. Farmer? I will swear my fealty, yes. Join me. Lost Shore. I mean, he did join me in the end, right? I don't remember well. Now he joins me as a man. I examine the mosaic, and with all the ghosts, let's try to retrieve it. With the help of the magician, the scientist, the poet, the physician, the farmer and the king, you pry the mosaic loose. Holding it in your powerful metallic arms, you are filled with awe. At the depths of history, the bittersweet beauty of human endurance, and above all, at the miracle that allowed this part of your distant past to survive. As you return to your ship, your heart is filled with a soaring joy such as you have never felt before. In this moment, humankind stands defiant before time. Today, the past is redeemed, transformed, exalted. Atlantis lives, and her ghosts rejoice. Your ship takes off, leaving the earth to burn. But the earth is not lost, no. And as those ships with their painted sails carried forward the legacy of Atlantis, so your ship carries forward the legacy of Earth, to the great sea of stars from whence we came, and to which we will all return. Ain't that a beautiful ending? Now, what else does the city has in store for us?
Are you okay?
Hey.
Founder's blessings.
Likewise, likewise. Thecla.
Founder bless you, 1K. Now is the time of our great testing. The deceiver Byron has been slain. And we
Oh my god, it's you.
turn away from the path of sin or suffer the same fate.
I mean, I believe I know why she hates Byron so much, but let's not go on a limb and assume stuff and just like get a direct answer.
The values he teaches are evil. He
Ooh.
wants to violate the earth with human filth, blacken the skies and kill the oceans.
Byron believes we can grow without repeating the mistakes of the past.
Tools of the sinner cannot be used to raise the sinner's palace. Never forget that, 1K.
We have freaking communists on our hands over here. You know, I begin to understand why Athena just decided like, oh, this crap is getting like way out of hand.
Hello again, 1K.
What's up?
These are strange days we're living through, aren't they?
What do you mean?
It seems to me that we're slowly remembering the lessons Alexandra Drennan tried to teach us. Trying to actually live up to the legacy of our ancestors.
I hope so.
It's hard to believe things might really change, isn't it? But perhaps they will this time.
What would Alexandra Drennan think about the goal?
I think it would make her very, very sad.
What would she do about the megastructure?
The same thing she'd do with any technology. Discover how it works and apply that knowledge for the common good.
What would she tell us to do?
She worked to the very last moment of her life to ensure that we had free will. I don't think she would tell us anything. Have a nice day.
Okay, I like this lady much more. Let's go to the Milton's Rest first.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, nobody is here, but... The kitty cats. Oh, the kitty cats. Right. There is such a scratching sound in the end, like you're not petting the cat, you're grinding the cat. That sounds horrible, I know, but that's exactly how I hear it as well, so I am concerned for the cat, you know? It does seem to enjoy it though, so that's the most important thing. So I do have a question about the robot bodies. Why do they need those?
Welcome back.
Surely that's an important part, but those? Really?
Founder bless you, friend.
What do you think about everything the expedition has uncovered so far?
I wouldn't worry too much about any of it. The Founder is an idea, a story we collectively tell ourselves. There is no truth for you to discover, and all these amazing technologies are really just more stories for us to believe or disbelieve.
Where is purple?
"1K, you're back.
I am. How have you been?
Let's not talk about me. Let's talk about that replication technology you found. You have to get hold of it, 1K. You have to. If you don't, I think I'm gonna die of loneliness. And I think this whole city's gonna slowly suffocate. I mean, Do you really think the founder would have designed such a large city if she intended for us to stop at 1,000 inhabitants? That's not even enough to fill a village.
I'll certainly do my best.
Thanks. I don't know how much longer I can go on feeling like this.
Great, we also have a new human who is supposedly depressed. What is with the texture of this cat? Like, what's with its face, like nose and the ears? Anyway.
Founder's blessings.
Hey, 1K. Welcome back, 1K.
Padme. Oh, we have a protest over there, great.
Good luck, 1K.
1K, what can I do for you?
Future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Do it.
What a shame. I don't think you've got enough credits for that.
Oh, goddammit.
So, something else perhaps. Please come back if you need anything else.
Public transportation must be safe. We deserve a functional city.
Welcome back, 1K. Thanks again for signing that petition. Unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't enough.
What's going on?
Yesterday, there was a sudden brownout in the grid and we almost had a derailment. We've been warning the mayor for months, and all he ever gives us is waffle about the goal. This can't go on.
I mean, strikes are not wrong by itself. There should be some rules and regulations about the strikes as well. So, for example, I don't know, sometimes you need to announce strike beforehand so that people are warned and can know beforehand, like, what to expect. So I don't think that his methods are wrong, and he has the right to protest, so yeah.
Thank you. Your support means a lot to us. We need to get through to people.
Did you hear Atal's speech?
I heard it 15 times when he was practicing it. I think Atal, like many of us, feels that the time for change is long overdue. The technology you uncovered on the island is the final catalyst for that change, or it should be.
Okay. Still, I did not encounter anyone who would mention dark satanic mills. It's interesting how your protest is just 3 people blocking this single path. You definitely need to rally more supporters, because that does not look... Stay there. Purple!
Dude, you're back from the island. I'm so glad you're okay, dude. Especially after what happened to Byron.
What's the situation here?
Lately, a lot of folks have been saying maybe that Byron dude is right after all. Like, maybe to really be excellent to each other, we have to build something new and bodacious.
Bodacious.
Don't know what'll happen now that he's had that bogus accident.
Have you ever met Cornelius?
Yeah, I come here all the time. He's a wise dude. I've asked him a lot of dumb questions, and he's always taken the time to answer them.
As someone said, there is no such thing as a dumb question, but there can be dumb answers. Okay, have a nice day, dude. Dude. Rand is not here. Oh, that is a bit upsetting.
Oh, 1K.
You're not Cornelius.
Doing here?
I'm looking for Cornelius.
Ah, I assume it has something to do with your expedition?
You could say so.
I must admit I haven't been following the news. Sorry, been a little lost lately.
How so? Are you okay?
No, not really. When you asked me what I would do now that my job is redundant, I don't know, I guess I hadn't thought about it. I had just focused on getting there. And after you left, it all just rushed over me. The truth is, I don't know who I am without this. Creating new life, guiding people into existence, that's who I am. More importantly, I think that's who I want to be. And if we stop growing, that's the one thing I can't be anymore. That's why I wanted to talk to Cornelius. He was there at the beginning. He knows where we came from. I thought he might help me understand where I could go next.
Identity crisis. I don't want to say that you shouldn't have... Okay, you shouldn't have to give up who you are, so that kinda can imply that life's just a bastard. Not sure about the new calling. But yeah, I'm just getting grumpy with the age. I mean, I'm not old by any means. But yeah, you just get into something. I mean, you don't know if you have another calling unless you try it. But I feel more like saying you shouldn't have to give up who you are. Because it feels like I'm saying like life is unfair, but I hope and I wish for it to be more fair. I wish that life did not force us to give up on who we are.
Thank you, 1K. I don't want to. I liked who I was, who I still am. Now, you said you were looking for Cornelius?
I did.
Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know. After she disappeared, he went away for a long time. On a research expedition, he said. To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
I noticed.
That's the thing. I wanted to talk to him about my future, but he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him and he seems to have vanished.
Any idea where he might have gone?
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
Can I access his terminal?
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then... it is just his work terminal, right?
Right?
Good luck with everything, 1K.
How can a new human just vanish?
Taking the time to talk to me.
Oh yes, anytime. Recording final. Lab location inaccessible. Deliberate unclear. User profile? Yes. Gold puzzles as barrier? Yes. Hidden as self-protection? Likely. External help for upload? Yes. Ask Herman? No. Trust 1K? Undecided. Applicable to Kelvin? No. Applicable to Sarabai with Noema? Yes. Sending to Yakut?
This is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
I am a bit upset that we did not encounter Rand or followed up on the Order of the Uriel. Ah.
1K, welcome back to the city. As you can tell, your discoveries have had quite the impact.
Yep. I heard your speech.
I decided to take a stand. It started with what you said about extending our cat's lifespans, actually.
Oh.
It got me thinking about our responsibilities towards other life forms. What's life to most living creatures? Fear, hunger, pain, and in the end, death. Involuntary cessation of existence. That's horrifying, 1K, horrifying. And we are the only ones who can make it better.
But should we? So you mean we re-engineer the whole planet?
Yes. Carefully and slowly, but yes. That's what civilization is. That's what it's always been. Creating structures to lessen suffering. But this time we include everyone. We use our intelligence to get rid of as much of the horror of existence as we can, for all living beings.
I really think that he took my idea of let's develop medicine and he cranked it so high that I cannot even comprehend how the heck did you reach that conclusion? The scale that you took it on, that's too far.
Hubris is just an excuse for not taking responsibility. It's witnessing injustice and shrugging and saying it's fine. It was meant to be this way by some vague higher power that apparently gets off on misery. It's cowardice, 1K. Don't be a coward.
Mate,
See, I
I am a coward.
Athena who sent Prometheus.
How do you know it was Athena?
Because she's the one who built the giant pyramid.
Sure, but how do you know it wasn't Cornelius who sent Prometheus?
Because Cornelius was here?
And where did Prometheus appear?
Come on.
How do you know it wasn't Miranda? Maybe she got bored of waiting.
I don't buy it. I think Athena is testing us.
Why would she test us?
To see if we can use those new technologies. Like the body replication.
If those new technologies are such a big deal, why is she putting them in puzzles?
Because play is how we learn.
Maybe she's trying to tell us the opposite. That it's all just childish stuff that doesn't really matter.
The last power failure almost caused a derailment. It all matters.
You're starting to sound like Byron. Saw how that turned out.
They'll find him.
Sure.
Chancey.
Are you enjoying our gardens?
I just noticed a dude with a watering can and I'm like, ooh. Yeah, they're lovely.
All the great secrets are right there, you know. You can watch the tiniest of seedlings grow, flourish, and die. But it's the pattern of all things that you're really seeing.
You certainly do have a flair for the dramatic.
I suspect we see the world through quite different lenses. Sometimes I imagine myself as an old oak tree. I watch the life which grows around me. I see the ivy, the moss, the fungi, leaching my nutrients as they go. And I don't blame them. I'm delighted by how life seems so different from me can somehow be the same as me. This old oak tree drinks water from the ground. They drink their water from me. They shrivel and die in a single season. But I shrivel and die over centuries. What kind of plant would you be, I wonder?
Let me tell you. A delicious or medicinal herb, a grass or moss, a cactus, a fruit plant of some sort, a root vegetable. Let's see, I am a very introverted person, so I immediately lean towards a cactus because it feels inapproachable, like filled with spikes and everything, stands alone in a desert kind of stuff. Still filled with life and once in a year blossoms beautifully, but other than that, an approachable thing. Then grass or moss, because I maybe feel how would I put it? Kind of like I try to blend in, right? I try to be a part of environment so that I'm less visible, less noticeable, do not stand out like some rose bush. I mean, there might also be like some root vegetable metaphor happening here as well. In terms that I don't like change. Like, I know that many people dislike changes, but I feel like maybe I dislike it on some extra level, you know? And from that point, root vegetable that just like crams into the ground and holds for dear life and grows something very important over there in one spot over seasons or something. I don't know. I'm not a botanist, sorry. I feel that like it may be going there. Let's go with the cactus though. That was my first like knee-jerk response. So.
But that's exactly what I thought you were. These patterns, they flow through all of us the same, yet they always come out different.
Why tend these gardens when our ancestors are long dead?
Our ancestors grew plants for their colors, their tastes, and their general utility. It is said they could identify a fruit based on the flavor of the air alone. Our senses may not be so honed, but we're no less evolved from the same natural world. Thank you for stopping by, 1K. I'm sure we'll meet again.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, 1K.
You look very snazzy, by the way. Yeah.
We must listen to the wisdom of the ancient writers, or we will fail the Founder's trial. The megastructure must be rejected.
Please tell me your end. No, you're the... another cultist.
You are the Founder's chosen, but you are in grave danger of going astray. Heed my words, 1K. If you fail this trial, a year from now, New Jerusalem will lie in ruins.
Oh, you also save appointed prophet. And you know this how?
Anyone can see the truth if they are willing to open their eyes. Have you not read the books of our ancestors? In every one of them, the same story is told, again and again, that the pursuit of knowledge can only lead to death and grief. That is what all the great ancient visionaries foresaw. Listen to their warnings. Seek happiness in tranquility and avoid ambition.
Yeah. That can easily become a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you can no longer imagine a better future, you cannot build one.
The very idea of a better future is what's rotten. That is what the ancients were trying to tell us. All the problems of the world come from those who think the world needs to be improved.
You, sir, are a moron of the highest order. So we shouldn't even try to make things better?
Yes. Progress is a fantasy. Things never truly change. All we can do is prevent our hubris from making things worse.
Says a robot with supposedly independent way of thinking that was created long after humans were gone. I did not check the area extensively, I will admit that. I have checked the Gehenna Memorial. Nobody was there. There was a protest that we attended to. We've been to Thecla and to Alexandra's Memorial. We've been to Milton's Rest and we covered this area. Yes, there was Dosikles. And we've been to the museum. So no Rand, no dog. Well, let's look at it this way. If that would have been important, if that would have.
Okay. Could you join us for a quick debrief?
If that must have taken place while we are here, then Rand would be somewhere close by, right?
Attending today are advisors from engineering, the archive scholars, and Helga.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just an admirer of governmental transparency.
Yes, well. While the mayor is briefed by Alcatraz, he's asked us to review recent events. Byron's loss has unsettled us all. It may be too dangerous to allow this expedition to continue.
It may not be safe, but we can't leave Byron behind.
I agree. We cannot be guided by fear. We must do what's right.
Okay, Rand is here.
Get the dams falling apart. We can't depend on hydro forever. With just a fraction of the power that island can generate, we could grow this city into a planetary society.
Or, quite possibly, destroy ourselves in the process.
We should trust ourselves to make good of this opportunity.
Wise words from one so young. Yet I submit that island holds secrets far more valuable than mere energy generation.
What could be more important?
The Somnodrome, of course. If we could find a working model, it would herald a sea change in our moral and self-understanding. the question of how we should build New Jerusalem would simply be moot.
Oh, why?
The Somnodrome was supposed to let us interact with our own subconscious code. It's a cool idea, but it wouldn't necessarily solve all our problems.
My own studies prove that we operate on an intrinsic moral logic. It's what makes us human. But our access to it is only indirect. Our ancestors created art, philosophy, and parable to help bridge that gap. The Somnodrome would help us to cut out the middleman and ask the source directly. We would finally have an answer to the great moral questions.
So, it's a newfangled way to make the same old mistake of judging who's good and who's bad.
We're fortunate 1K preserved the Somnodrome for our study. Initial data suggests it was a prototype with substantial design flaws. But there may be a working device elsewhere on the island.
Then the question is, what would 1K do if they found it?
I mean, I want to use it and see. I feel like using it myself and see how I feel. That does feel egoistic, but then you may be just calling dibs on the stuff, so you know. Let the scholars investigate, share it with people, or keep an open mind. Like, keep an open mind is the most vague answer. It's like when you are saying I don't have an answer yet. I have no idea, but we'll think as we go. It's just, the problem is that I like all of these answers as well. Share it with people if it is useful, if it is not dangerous. Let scholars to investigate, that would be like a good idea in general. But then using it, if it is safe again, like, also sounds like a good idea. So like, I don't like keep an open mind, but I struggle to choose between these ones, so...
No! This is much too important to decide on a whim.
But it's so much more fun when we're kept in suspense. You all sound so sure of what's best for this city. Do you ever think you might be so busy changing the world for the better, you'll forget how to see that it's perfect already?
So clearly there are different perspectives in the room.
Clearly.
The only way we are going to move forward is if the team gets back out there. 1K, I believe Alcatraz is waiting for you at the VTOL. We'll be keeping an eye on your stream from here.
Ren, can we chat about our secret order a bit? Can't talk to Jeremy. And these guys will just leave? Oh, Rand goes to the window, that's good. But I cannot talk to him. No. I mean, I don't... These two do not interest me as much as talking with Rand. Yeah. But there is a secret society of food. I want to use a secret handshake. Is this Herman?
What can I do for you, 1K?
What were you talking with? What do you think about technologies we've discovered?
They all sound very promising, of course. Apparently, it's possible to just magic things into existence now. But what is the cost, 1K? There's always a cost.
We have to rescue Byron.
I agree. We can't just leave one of our most important citizens in that death trap.
Death trap. I don't like you.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
I don't like when people use big words. It immediately makes me untrustworthy towards the people. Like suspicious towards other people, untrustworthy is a different meaning. It's like, it's a death trap! Why won't you say that, like, it is dangerous and we must be careful? Why would you, like, say it like this? It's a thought-ending cliche. It's a death trap, so clearly we must not go there, right?
What did the mayor say?
I convinced him that we need to keep going until we found Byron.
Did he want us to leave him behind?
No, he's just concerned for our safety. And he's right to be. But we're going back anyway.
Great trials lie ahead of you, my child, but your choices will determine the future.
Melville, are you receiving?
Yep. Welcome back to the mysterious island, everyone.
How's the situation?
Whatever Byron did seems to have sent the whole system into some kind of lockdown. I can't access any of the terminals, although I suspect 1K still could.
Huh?
Why would that be the case?
When 1K connected to the data stream, the system assigned him a user profile. The rest of us are locked out, which means I'll need your help, 1K, because a lot of stuff doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Check it out and see what you can fix. But please remember, what matters most is finding Byron.
Well, for that we need to get back to the megastructure. Back in the familiar settings, eh? So, I believe this is where we will be bringing this episode to a close. We have in front of us southern coast, sorry. The heavily eroded cliffs of the southern coast are surrounded by azure waters and dominated by a particularly unusual tower. Then we also have a verdant canyon, a canyon-like formation in the dry, rocky southern region of the island. Its completely enclosed shape suggests it is artificial rather than glacial in its origin. And circular oasis, an artificial oasis in the otherwise lifeless desert that stretches across the southwestern portion of the island. These three are what's coming next. We will start, of course, with South 1, with the coast, and we'll see what it will bring to us later. For now, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay, and if that is the case, please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.